Hey guys, Jacob here. Welcome back to VibeFeed. So for my segment on this channel, I wanted to do album reviews, but I wanted to start with someone whose music I enjoy and love before I move on to sort of new music reviews. So I'm starting with my GOAT musical act, the person who I think has the greatest discography in music, and that's Mark Kozelek. Now, if you're familiar with the Koz, you know that's almost 60 albums, which is going to be no easy feat, but I feel like it's going to be a fun creative challenge. And not only am I going to be able to sort of deep dive into someone whose discography I already love and enjoy, but I'll get to sort of listen to stuff maybe I haven't had a chance to listen to or just haven't listened to before. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into his debut album, the album that kicked off this incredible discography, Down Colorful Hill by Red House Painters. At the time of its release, it completely changed and was a new high for slowcore, for folk rock, even indie rock. Although, if you're familiar with Mark Kozelek's newer music, you'll notice his voice is completely different. He sings in a much higher, more nasal register, much more traditional singing, not maybe the sort of spoken word type flow he would later develop. Honestly, I wouldn't be able to tell it's Mark Kozelek unless you told me, because his voice sounds just completely different. On his debut album, some of his mannerisms, his vocal and lyrical mannerisms, remind me a lot of a young Morrissey. And I don't know if that was because it was a conscious influence, or if that's maybe just something I picked up on and they happen to be similar. On Down Colorful Hill is a much more traditional folk rock album compared to much of Mark's discography, very much in line with late 60s, early 70s folk rockisms. This album is about Mark being 24, living in his parents' basement, basically feeling like a loser. The album circles around themes of isolation and depression and this yearning for transcendence that a lot of teens and early adults strive for. The album kicks off with the song 24, which introduces the themes and the sound of the album very well. Mark's knack for lyricism is clear even in just his opening track, with lyrics like, "Oldness comes with a smile to every love-given child. Oldness comes to row the youth who dreams suicide." The beautifully sad folk rock instrumentation paints a perfect backdrop for Mark's poetry. The incredible opener is followed up by one of my favorite songs in Mark's discography, Medicine Bottle. Mark continues this character portrait that he painted so beautifully on the first track, and is talking about a relationship with this girl he has. And they sort of share in their sorrows, and he sort of compares the relationship to a medicine bottle. He finds comfort in the medicine bottle and is not able to sort of give it up when it's time to let it go. There are layers and layers of lyricism and conceptuality that I couldn't start to unravel in this video, but it is seriously one of the most dense, incredible songs in the Mark Kozelek discography. The title track is the centerpiece of the album, and it also happens to be the longest track, about 10 minutes. Towards the themes of isolation and of depression even further, in this sort of downward spiral that Mark's life seems to be heading in. Here's where my one major complaint with this album comes, is I don't feel as if the back end of the album is as good musically or conceptually consistent. That's not to say that there aren't great songs on here. There are. I think all of them are great, but maybe not as memorable as Medicine Bottle, or they at least don't add to the concept as well as the first three tracks. Nevertheless, this is an incredible debut for one of modern music's most brilliant minds, an incredible high for folk rock, for indie rock, for slowcore. This is an album that if you're getting into slowcore, if you want to get into Mark Kozelek's discography, I definitely recommend starting with this album. It's an incredible album. I'm going to give this a 9.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe. If you want to follow me, the link to my Twitter and Instagram will be in my bio, as well as all the other members' Instagrams. So yeah, thanks for watching. That's all. Until next time.